So I want to talk a little bit about revenue and making revenue because you talk about these dashboards. I think from the untrained eye, people just see you as someone with a big following, but maybe they don't understand exactly how you're making money.
Yeah.
So could you talk a little bit about, let's say this like pre-dark period, what were the revenue sources? What were the things that were really working?
Yeah, there were quite a few. So we'll break them down. The largest and most obvious was I sold information products. So my previous background was I was VP of sales, then chief revenue officer at a couple of startups in the healthcare space. And then as I started writing on social media, I figured out how to grow a following, mostly through creative writing. And so I started teaching people how I figured that out, right? The easiest example of that is like I started on LinkedIn because I was afraid of everyone on X. Thought they were all going to be mean and nasty. Turns out they are. And so I started.
You were right.
Yeah,
you were
super right. I started on LinkedIn and learned how to write for that platform. And so I was like, hey, I'll package everything up I know and sell that. And that turned into further content courses and then courses about business and revenue. And so a big percentage of what I earned, I would call it, let's call it 65 to 70% was on information products. I also have a newsletter with 180,000 subscribers that is maintained pretty steadily over the last 5 years. And so another, let's call it, I think 10 to 15%, I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but is sponsorships. So companies that want to get in front of 180,000 people who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, creators, makers, builders, is another part. I have some affiliates, right? So products that I use. If I'm going to use them, I'm going to recommend them and might as well take a small cut of that. I have partnerships. So companies that I partner not only to help get their product out in front of my audience, but also I do advising on the side. So because I have the sales background, they pay me to be an advisor as well. So helping them grow their revenue and their marketing. That's probably another 10 or so percent.